'Cause I like to dance when I get the chance. Let's hear it one more time for the people in the back. Why do you burn it? 'Cause I like to dance.
So, what you drinking tonight? We forgot. We got ahead of ourselves.
All right, I've got a modern brewery collaboration with Barclay Brewing. It's called Cocoa Salarium. It's a cacao. I got to say it that way every time. An imperial stout finished with cacao nibs and salt, 11% ABV. Modern is probably the most underrated brewery in St. Louis.
Did you say 11%?
Yeah.
Spirit World, you had a bad week.
Hey.
No, what happened this week?
I was sick earlier in the week.
You were? Okay, see, I knew something was bad. You're drinking the Spirit World, you're usually having a bad week.
Well, I had a sinus infection. I didn't leave the house Sunday or Monday. And then by Tuesday night, I was back to normal. But, yeah, it was, other than that, it wasn't a bad week.
Are you at a point where you can just call your doctor and go, hey, I have a sinus infection, and without going into season, they'll just get you some antibiotics if you want them?
I didn't even do anything this time.
You didn't do anything? Okay.
No, just vitamin C and rested.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. So that's what happened in our house. We had a sick child this week. Missed 4 days. Let's see. Missed Monday, so they missed Tuesday. They missed 3 days of school this week so far, and she'll be going back tomorrow. Took her. She just was complaining of a sore throat. And we're like, well, maybe it's allergies or a cold. Nothing. Because other than that, she was fine. She was saying, I'm just fine. No fever or anything like that.
Yeah.
Next day, still have a sore throat. I'm like, let's be safe. Let's not be those parents that send their kids to school sick. We'll keep her home one more day.
Yeah.
But then on the second day, when it wasn't getting any better at all, I was like, okay, we gotta go. I gotta go get her tested. She had strep throat. So.
Oh.
Yep, strep throat, and then but had antibiotics. Started them the other night, so she's been through 3 doses already and already back to normal. She's like, I'm great. It doesn't hurt at all anymore. I was like, God. And we just gone in the second day, I guess, when we should have gone in. Or was it the first day? Would have figured it out, but it's whatever.
Remember when you'd hear strep throat and just cringe? Now it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, I had strep a few times when I was a kid. I had it enough to remember it, and I remember that I always hated getting tested for strep because when they did the strep test, they put the cotton swab way back, and it's just like choke you to death.
Yeah,
and I hated that. It always made my eyes water, and it was bleh. And they did it to her yesterday, and she was just like she was a champ, and she just looked at me and wasn't crying or anything like that, but. Like no normal kids, she didn't cry, but the tears were coming out without crying. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And then all of a sudden, the lips started quivering a little bit. No, I was like, "I know it doesn't feel good. I remember when I was a kid, kiddo. It's the same thing from 30 years ago. It's the same damn thing."
Again, that seems bad, but then they poke your brain doing the COVID test. So
right, how far up the freaking nose do you go exactly? So. But I don't know. In this day and age, if you could pick between COVID and strep, I'll take strep, I guess. Although, if you get it too many times, you got to take your tonsils out, right? So, let's keep an eye on
that. I think that was an old wives' tale. I don't know if that's still true.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Because my other 2 kids, I don't think have ever had it. I think we've gone with the other 2, never had strep throat. But yeah, she had it this time. So.
Now that you mention it, I don't think my kids have ever had it.
See? Yeah, so it's one of those things that just... Yeah, I don't know. It just popped up. So, but luckily, it seems like a quick turnaround. That's for sure. So
yeah.
And then I don't have any drama for you this week, other than as far as car drama, I did have going to kill my other daughter drama, where it's just hormones and puberty and dealing with attitude, snark, and sarcasm that I just don't have the patience for from a child.
Oh, it's the worst.
It is. I don't. You probably have so much more patience than I do. We got into it last night really, really bad, to the point where we didn't say another word to each other. We didn't say a word to each other this morning when we were driving to school. Didn't say anything to each other when she got back from school. It's just one of those things where we were both just angry at each other.
Oh yeah.
And finally, I'm an adult. I should be the adult here. I'll be good. Throw out the olive branch. But it's hard, man. I have very little patience for it. I'm going to have to get better really quick.
I'll be the adult, but I don't want to.
Right, exactly. Yep. This is going to get worse, though, man.
Oh, yes, it does.
So how? Okay, but you have 2 at that age right about now. So
yeah.
Are you getting a double dose of it?
No. It seems like if one is bad, the other one is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like the cycles where they sync up.
No, yeah. like Wi-Fi routers.
But no, our oldest is at that point, and it's really bad, and grades are bad, and so she gets punished for that, and she hates us and doesn't talk to us. So
hey, that's how mine happened. It started off with grades the other day, because this is just a blowout from when it was grades, and she was just I just didn't have enough time to do it. I was like, how do you not have enough time to do it? In class. I didn't have time. I was like, did you choose not to do it? All that stuff. I'm going to details. Yeah, and then it's if you don't, and then we just had that blowout about grades, which her grades are fine. It's just individual assignments, which could bring them down, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you know how maybe I don't know. Then I gotta watch myself. I don't want to micromanage and be up on the grades too much, and just let them figure out how to correct it if it's bad.
Yeah.
But these were assignments from weeks ago at this point, so I'm like, well, it's been weeks, so it's too late now, kind of thing. And if I'm not on top of it, there's no fine point to try to meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
But then, like on one of her assignments, it said something where she actually wrote, I didn't really try very hard. I'm like, what are you writing to these people? You can't tell your teacher you're not trying.
She get a point for honesty at least?
No, we didn't let her turn it in that way. She was giving attitude and snark in an assignment to a teacher. I was like, you can't be that way to the teacher.
Yeah.
So it's hormones, dude. It's hormones, and I said, no, I don't want you to have hormones. You're still too little to have that.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you, but I was with my mom a few weeks ago and going through all this, and I apologized to her for my grades in middle school and high school.
All right.
I'm like, I'm getting the payback now.
Oh, well, and then, that's the problem, is that we also have plenty of cases, like in the media, you'll hear all these success stories of people, hey, as long as they have ambition and drive, that, they were horrible students in school, but then I go, yeah, there's that side, but how many of those stories that we don't hear about the people that did really, really well in school and they're really, really successful too, that they don't talk about?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's cases from both sides where I want them to be, I don't ever want them to think you have to have great grades to be successful in life. That's not the whole point. It's a measure of how hard are you trying, though, is what I think. And if you're not trying very hard, that's something that I can't accept. I understand when you are struggling with material, but when you're not giving effort, that's something I have no patience for.
And that's our biggest thing is, I think our kids put a lot of pressure on themselves for straight A's. And I'm like, you don't need straight A's. Just show us that you're trying.
Yeah.
If you're not turning in an assignment, you're not trying.
That's exactly right. See, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
All the way. Absolutely. Yep. So, that's the joy. That's my drama from the week.
No.
That's it.
That's my drama for like the last 6 months.
And plus you're dealing with you keep I didn't give you a hard time about it yesterday, but you said something about having a boyfriend. I didn't even stop. I had to stutter there for 2 seconds. I was like, wait a minute, she ain't old enough to have no boyfriend. What the hell are you doing?
This is boyfriend number 4 since like second half of 7th grade.
What? What? That's crazy.
Coincidentally, that's when the grades started sliding.
There you go. Oh my God. Well, I'll say this much: that my time will be coming with the youngest one. She's only 8 right now, but she'll be the one that'll be with all the boyfriends.
Yeah.
My other two, man, my son, he's just like, girls are too much trouble. I don't have time for their nonsense.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with them because he sees how much trouble his mom and his sisters are. Oh, God. I don't want to deal with any of that nonsense. And the other one, she's just like, boys are just, every time I ask her, is there any boys in class? And she goes, they're the most annoying people in the world. I hate boys so much. I was like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's been a year with that, so.
Oh. So it sounds like now I understand why we have beers coming to the house all the time.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit better. Oh man, but yeah, my time's coming, man. I know. It's like you're just all you want to say. Just wait. It's coming your way.
It'll get to you eventually.
I know, dude. I'm not looking forward to it. Not at all. Not at all. So
it's not fun.
All right. So what's on the docket for this evening, sir?
A few quick hit like Marvel stuff.
Okay.
Heard an interesting rumor today.
Okay.
Owen Wilson might be showing up in Deadpool 3.
Yeah, as his character from Loki.
Yeah, Agent Mobius.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought that made a lot of sense.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Are we? Or is this more like timeline stuff with Kang, and we're saying that Deadpool's in a different universe?
Possibly.
Okay.
Or just he's a variant that's made it into our timeline.
Yeah, that too. It could be that. Yeah. No,
yeah.
Right. I thought Owen Wilson was incredible. So
I did too. Yeah, I would love to see him, and they could go so many different ways with his character and how to bring Deadpool in and using him as like a launching point for it.
Yeah. Or I'm still a fan of the idea that Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. I like that too. Yeah. I like that. I really do. I'd be all aboard for that one. So, yeah, interesting. I read that as well. I'd say let's go for it. And I'll stop you right now and go, did you buy your tickets already? No, but we're going tomorrow and no one goes to our theater, so. Okay, so don't have to worry about it? Okay. Don't have to worry about it. We'll walk up and buy tickets. Yeah, see, and I don't know, I have to talk to Jen tonight after we're done about if we're going to go ahead and try to buy tickets. We'll probably go on Sunday, maybe, if we go this week. If not, we'll go the following week. So, but I'm super excited. Although I read somewhere online, there was supposed to be a Doctor Doom teaser, but now there's no longer a Doctor Doom teaser, like they removed it from the film. Really? Yeah, I read that today. Whether there's any credence to it, I don't know, but I wish we could see it because I'd love to know who got casted. Although, it could be nobody. You just have his, the mask on. It could be anybody under there, so I guess it doesn't matter. Well, yeah, because if you think back to Avengers when they showed Thanos, it wasn't Josh Brolin. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So maybe I thought that would have been really cool, but because we know Kang is the current big bad, but then who are you going to set up for? Because I guess Kang's story ends at the end of Phase 6, correct? I think so. So then who do you set up for your big bad for Phase 7 kind of thing is what I'm wondering. Yeah. So along with something else. And Dr. Doom makes sense because Dr. Doom's more doable than it would be with going Galactus. Yeah. That's going to be a very difficult big bad to pull off unless they change him into like a human-sized something. Just trying to make a giant person that eats worlds. I don't know how you pull that off. I think they can pull it off now, though, because they've established like all the Celestials and stuff like that in Guardians and Eternals. So I think the general audience would be able to buy it more so than a giant cloud coming to eat the Earth. Exactly. That's why I don't want to. No more giant clouds. Get away from the clouds. Yeah. So that brings me though. I tagged you in a thing on Facebook this week about I think it's fan casting for Doctor Doom, Galactus, and Magneto. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So go ahead, read them off. So yeah, it was going to be Liam Neeson as Galactus, Cillian Murphy as Doctor Doom, and Daniel Craig as Magneto. Yeah, and the Liam Neeson, his voice, I could see that if he's just doing voice acting for it, obviously. Yeah. Right? So, or, I mean, even motion capture. That'd be pretty cool to see that. But how do you do mocap for a giant? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they wouldn't have him in scenes with normal sized people. But Galactus is bigger than a planet. Yeah, I get that. There's no mocap for that. There's no need for it. But I like the idea of his voice. That sounds interesting to me. Yeah. I really like the Daniel Craig as Magneto. For some reason, that just fits for me. I don't know why. Oh, it does. Yeah, that's really good. But is he getting too old for it? But then again, Ian McKellen did it when he was out. But that was old Magneto. Are we going old Magneto? Are we going a younger Magneto? Are we going mid-age Magneto? I don't know what age we're getting for Magneto. And do we need to introduce him to the MCU, or are we just going to go, everyone already knows who this guy is, and we'll go with whatever age we want. It doesn't really matter. I would think that since they've kind of done that with the established characters already, they just kind of brought Daredevil in, they brought Spider-Man in. They might do the same thing. I mean, they brought Hulk in. Yeah. And then Cillian Murphy as Dr. Doom. As Doom. Very interesting. We know he can play a bad guy. We know that.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. I mean, he's a. I think everything he's in, he's fantastic in just about everything. I haven't watched Peaky Blinders yet, though. I need to watch that.
Truthfully, I haven't seen him in much, but anything I've seen him in, I've liked.
Yeah, I mean, he was Scarecrow, obviously, in the Batman movies. 28 Days Later, he's amazing in that. He was the villain in a movie called Red Eye with Rachel McAdams. That's a really good movie.
Okay, yeah, I did see that one. He was good in that.
Yeah. So I think he can pull off the villain thing just fine. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to cast for Doom because really you're not really seeing Doom for the most part. At least you shouldn't be. It's just the previous two guys. I wasn't impressed by the previous two guys, and I don't think I want to see a Doom unmasked. I don't think we need to.
No.
I'd rather see Doom already in Latveria, already established, unless they. Because have we heard the term Latveria in the MCU yet? Just uttered within another, project.
I don't think so. And if they did, it was one of the recent movies.
Okay, that'd be. I wish we get that little Easter egg. Let's establish that Latveria already exists and Doom is already there. That's what I wish we would do.
And that's why I'm disappointed that if they did do a scene for Wakanda Forever and they cut it, I'm going to be disappointed because they have such a history between the two countries and between Black Panther and Doctor Doom. Yeah.
Well, and you got there was the recent run on something, I'm trying to remember. I think it was in the Spidey run where it was Latveria versus Symkaria. Silver Sable per country. And basically it'd be hitting a little close to home if you want to use real life as imitating art. Russia invading Ukraine, then you've got Latveria invading Symkaria, and that's how you can bring a big battle. That if you're looking for scenes that would be a big battle, it'd be one country trying to invade another one, and you're trying to protect the one country that's the weaker country, and you don't want to let the evil warlord that is Doom take over or something like that.
Yeah.
Life imitating art imitating life. That's one of those things, So
yeah.
It kind of writes itself a little bit, but but what's so funny about that Spidey run's way old. But then again, this isn't the first time in history of invasions and whatnot. So
yeah,
but I can see them doing that. That'd be interesting. And I like all three of those. If you'd ask me what's another actor that you'd want to play Doom, I don't really have one for you right now.
Yeah, it's hard to pick one. And I mean, do you go with an older Doom if you have an older Fantastic Four? Yeah. Or do you want to keep the ages kind of matching up because Reed and Doom went to college together?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious if they'll do the same thing they did with Van Forstic. If they do the whole show Reed as a kid. Because I don't know. Did you ever read the Ultimate version of Fantastic Four?
I read probably the first 10 issues, 10, 15, somewhere in there.
I loved it. I loved what they did with the recreation there where they show Reed as a little boy.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't want to do that in our MCU as far as, well, I don't know if that's a spoiler for you. I don't think you ever go back and read it, but
yeah.
With Reed turning into what he turns into.
Yeah, the Maker.
Say what?
The Maker.
Yeah, where he's the villain. He's the biggest villain in the universe.
Yeah, because he had a role in Secret Wars.
Okay, yeah. So I love that, and that's why I liked it so much. I was like, "Ooh, it was original. It was different." Yeah, that's why I liked it a lot. Especially with Reed, because Reed's such a good guy, And then when you just can't. I could never have imagined him going bad, just because this doesn't fit his personality. But man, when they did that flip on him, I was like, "That's freaking cool. That's really cool." So I don't think they'll do. I would hope they don't do that for the MCU, but I liked seeing that in the what was it, Josh Trank version of that. They kind of did they took a little from the Ultimate version.
Yeah, and having and Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm.
Yeah, that was okay. There's still a little part of me that wishes that they'd bring back Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, just as not fully as a character, but for doing the multiverse kind of thing. And
that was rumored.
That'd be kind of funny, right?
That was rumored for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, see, that would have been great. Why you didn't do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm also already hearing about rumors of how they're going to bring back Cap.
He said he wouldn't be against coming back. He misses the role.
Yeah.
So
I've heard there's some rumors in play for bringing back Cap, which I haven't seen him in very many projects since, to be honest with you.
Last thing I've seen him in was Gray Man on Netflix,
Okay. Yeah.
Which he didn't have a recurring role in that, so.
I think he's in something where he's a villain, though. Or was he a villain in that one?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, maybe that's why I remember you telling me about it, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's it. And then I'll give you some news. I don't know if you saw that or not, but I think if it's real, again, these sources, I never can know what to trust, what not to trust. Tom Holland signed a new trilogy contract for the next 3 Spideys.
I didn't hear trilogy. I heard number 4 for sure. Okay. They're waiting for the details to come out to see how many movies it is and how many like side projects he'll be able to do. Okay.
And then the question being the 4th Spider-Man movie, are we getting him and Daredevil together in that one?
So I saw something. Again, it was fan casting. I think I don't know if I tagged. It was the same type of thing as the other one. Here it is. So yeah, it's called. What I saw was Spider-Man: The Negative Zone, with Tom Holland, Zendaya's back. Rudy Pankau as Johnny Storm. No clue who he is.
No clue.
Stephen O'Young as Mr. Negative.
Who's that?
I don't know. I've seen him. I've seen Mr. Negative around. I don't know much about him though.
Okay.
Naomi Scott as Felicia Hardy, Black Cat.
What's she been in? That name's familiar, but I don't know who that is.
I don't know. You look it up, and I'll keep going through some of these.
Okay.
Vince Vaughn as Hammerhead.
No. I'm saying no.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons back as J. Jonah. Vincent D'Onofrio as Mayor Kingpin. Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and then John Watts directing.
Okay. Oh, I also heard that John Bernthal for sure coming back.
He is.
As Punisher.
Yes. They were going to use a different character for whatever they're bringing the Punisher in for. I'm drawing blanks now on what it was. I think it was a character they're going to use for something else, so they decided to pull John Bernthal in as Punisher instead.
Okay.
This also says Danny Glover as Robbie Robertson.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then Jacob Elordi as Eddie Brock. I don't know who that is either.
How you spell the last name?
Elordi.
Oh, Elordi. Jacob Elordi. I don't think I've seen this guy in a single thing. He's in a movie called The Kissing Booth. I guess
that's a Netflix. It's a Netflix one, yeah.
And then he was in Deep Water, which if you've never seen Deep Water,
no, I haven't.
Messed up. That's really messed up. He's in Euphoria as well. So there's a connection there with Zendaya. So
yeah.
All right. But no, is it Naomi Scott? She was Jasmine in the Aladdin remake. That's her big.
Oh, okay.
And she was also in the Power Rangers. Was she the Pink Ranger? She might have been the Pink Ranger.
I don't remember her as the Pink Ranger. I did see that movie.
Did you see that Power Rangers movie? I never saw it.
The kids wanted to see it. We watched it. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
Not something I'd ever watch again.
That's not my generation. I'm not a Power. I'm in between.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm in between. I'm in between. I feel like I'm in between the G.I. Joe generation and the Power Ranger generation. It's kind of where I'm stuck in between those two. And I could have been. I've obviously leaned more towards the G.I. Joe generation than I do the Power, because I think Power Rangers are more 90s, like actually like really younger kids in the 90s, where they were probably like 7 or 8 in the 90s versus being like 10, 12. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's who she is. She's beautiful. And who was she fan casted as?
Felicia Hardy.
I can see that. She's got that smoky look. I got that. I get it. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, I'll be down for that. All right. Cool. All right. So that's the biggest Marvel stuff I've heard. Obviously, we're on the DC side of things. Nothing much going on other than we'll get our Superman stuff soon enough.
There's one little teaser out there that people are running with. I don't know if it means anything. So James Gunn went on a new social media platform. I don't remember which one it was, and his first post was just a picture of Lobo.
Nice.
And so
here's the problem. Here's the problem with Lobo.
Right.
They already got the perfect person casted as somebody else.
Jason Momoa?
Yep, he's got to be Lobo. He has to be.
He said
He's
that's
the
his
perfect person.
That was the next part of it. That's his dream project.
I know, right? Because it's perfect. The main man.
He would be really good at it. But so when he initially posted that, though, everyone assumed it was for Man of Steel 2 as the bad guy.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I don't know if there's anything to that. They haven't said anything. It's just the pictures out there, and then Jason Momoa said he's told James Gunn that's like what he wants to do.
How do you go from being Aquaman to Lobo, though? I don't know how you pull that off. It's the same universe.
Little CGI? I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. I've heard some things that James Gunn is a fan of the Snyder stuff. I heard that he likes the darker tone too in regards to all that stuff. So we'll see. We'll see where they go with it. And I heard a rumor that Ben Affleck will appear as Batman in the Blue Beetle series or movie. Is Blue Beetle series or movie? I can't remember what they're doing.
It's a movie.
Okay, HBO direct movie, or are they going to try to get this out in the theater?
I think it's supposed to go into theaters. That's why they haven't killed it yet. Yeah.
They killed Batgirl, but they're going to do Blue Beetle in the theater.
Batgirl wasn't coming down in the theater, though.
I know, but that's my point.
But yeah.
Batgirl at least is a somewhat known entity versus no one's going to know who Blue Beetle is. No one has a clue who that guy is.
Yeah, but I think they're going to try to cash in on the actor because that's the kid from...
Karate Kid. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't think I like Blue Beetle enough to want to go see it in the theater. And then back to Black Panther.
I did like it.
Yeah, I think Black Panther. I was going to say Black Adam. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get to the theater for Black Adam. But it sounds like I'm not going to be missing too much if I didn't catch it in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, it was a movie.
Okay. A movie. All right.
It was fun at times. It was okay at times. It wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah. I
enjoyed it, but like when you walk out of some of those Marvel movies and you're just like, wow, and you sit there and you want to like dissect it. It wasn't like it. I was like, that was fun.
Okay. Yeah, and that seems like a Rock type of movie.
Yeah.
All his movies are fun. Especially Rampage, dude.
Of course.
If you don't like Rampage, I got questions for you.
I did see a meme today, though. It was 4 different pictures of Rock movies that looked exactly the same because he's in like a gray jungle outfit in all of them.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. What's funny is my daughter, she's obsessed with one of his old movies that he was in before he was ever really that big. Was he's a quarterback in it. What's it called?
Oh, not the Tooth Fairy, but
Tooth Fairy? Yeah, I think it's Tooth Fairy. I think it's called Tooth Fairy. She's been watching. She says it's great. I probably should sit down and watch it with her. But,
Tooth Fairy was where he's a hockey player. The football one, God, I can't think of it.
Rock was a hockey player in a movie?
Yeah, in the Tooth Fairy, he was a hockey player.
Really?
The football one, this little girl shows up at his doorstep and says she's his daughter.
Okay.
I can't think of the name of it though. It was okay. I think we went and saw it in theaters before we had kids.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find his filmography here. He's been in so many movies now.
He does. Crazy. Yeah, he has.
Let me see. Hold on.
And funny little tidbit about it. John Cena and him had huge beef for a long time because John Cena didn't like the fact that he left the WWE for Hollywood.
No, but John Cena apologized about that. He finally realized.
Yes.
Because he's like, the clip I see online of it where I've seen him talk about that was he goes, when making a movie, there's so many lives impacted that if you don't show up, schedules are off, people are losing money, they don't get paid unless they work, all that stuff, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and the name of it is The Game Plan.
The Game Plan. That's, yeah.
I still see The Rock ever playing hockey. He's not a hockey person.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have a build of a hockey player. But, okay. Yeah. So here, let's do this. Just real quick. Ready? We're going to do a filmography of The Rock. All right. G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra.
Sucked. I think the G.I. Joe movies would have been okay if they weren't G.I. Joe movies and it were just new IP.
He's in a movie called Empire State with the less famous Hemsworth. I don't remember his name.
Never saw it.
The middle brother. Let's see. He was in the other guys? That's a Will Ferrell movie. I didn't know he was in the other guys.
Yeah, him and Samuel L. Jackson were like the two big-time cops.
Really? Okay.
And they would pick on Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. And at the beginning of the movie, they see some guys stealing a car, and they're on top of a building, and they jump off the building and say, "Aim for the bushes and die."
Okay. Let's see. He was in Doom. I remember. I didn't see it, but I know he was in it. I heard it was awful.
Yeah, I never saw it.
A movie called Snitch.
I vaguely remember it. I never saw it though.
If you've never seen Gridiron Gang, really good sports movie. I like that one a lot. Gridiron Gang is really good. Race to Witch Mountain. I think my daughter watches that one. I think she likes that one.
It was okay.
All the Fast and Furious movies, whatever.
You skip some of the early ones because like The Rundown and Walking Tall.
I'm just it's not. This isn't in order. They're all over the place. It's just a Google. I didn't pull up IMDb. I just pulled up his Google movie thing.
Gotcha.
I'm just going from the bottom to the top here. All completely. Yeah, Walking Tall is on here. Skyscraper was bad. I don't know if you saw.
It was bad.
That was not. So okay, Walking Tall versus The Rundown. Which one's better?
I like The Rundown better.
I've never seen it. I'll see if I can find it somewhere.
It had him and Stifler.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wait, was that Walking Tall or was that The Rundown?
That's The Rundown.
Okay.
They're in a jungle. It's more of a action comedy movie. Walking Tall was with Johnny Knoxville, based on a true story.
Okay.
Both of them are really good. Both of them are totally different, though.
Journey to something.
Yeah.
Mountain.
Really
weird.
It was actually Journey to the Center of the Earth 2.
Okay.
They didn't recast Brendan Fraser, and they put him in it.
Oh, okay. San Andreas, I think I saw that one. I don't remember it, though.
It was pretty bad.
Okay. Hercules. He was Hercules there for a hot minute.
Did not watch it.
Okay.
I heard it was bad.
I love the two Jumanji movies. I love those.
Those are great.
You know, Central Intelligence, that's really good. I like that one a lot.
I did not see it. My family watched it without me.
Oh, they're evil.
They are. I think it was at Comic-Con in Kansas City.
Jungle Cruise is not good. I did not like Jungle Cruise.
It was just okay.
Yeah, and then Baywatch I had no desire to ever watch that.
I actually heard it's not as bad as people made it out to be.
It's got Efron. He's funny.
If you go in with it expecting it to be a little more funnier than the original series, you'll like it.
We need that. There's got to be a How Did This Get Made on Baywatch. There has to be.
Well, I'll have to look and see.
Yeah. All right. So there's this. I mean, hits and misses. You know what you're going to get with a Rock movie. Oh, Fighting with My Family, which he's barely in it, but that's an amazing movie.
Yeah, I think he had more.
I call that a Rock movie. He's not the star of it.
No, and I think he did more with production of it than being in it.
And then there's one coming out in 2023 called Red One. It looks like he's playing Santa Claus.
It's with him and Chris Evans. I don't know what the story is, but they've been posting pictures on social media.
Really? Yeah, because Jack O'Malley, Callum Drift, Kiernan Shipka. She looks really familiar. It's got J.K. Simmons in it, so you know it's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here, Bonnie Hunt plays Mrs. Claus. J.K. Simmons is Santa Claus. You know.
I'm sold.
Perfect casting. Oh, I love it. Who's this Kiernan girl? Looks familiar. Oh, she was the daughter on Mad Men. That's who she is.
Oh, yeah.
Also, she was in the re-release of Sabrina Teenage Witch, but not Sabrina. I think they went dark with it or whatever. So.
Yeah, they went Riverdale.
Oh, it's also got Nick Kroll in it, so good on that.
Yeah.
It's got the waitress from Always Sunny.
No, Charlie Day's wife.
And then last but not least, it's the guy from Game of Thrones with the red beard that was infatuated with Brienne of Tarth.
Oh.
I don't remember his name from it, but everyone loved him because he liked Brienne. He was great.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah. So I like all the casting in this. I really don't want to look up what the movie's about, to be honest with you. I kind of rather know nothing about it and be surprised.
Yeah.
It's Santa Claus. It's got to be something about it's Christmas, Santa Claus. Who knows? But maybe The Rock becomes Santa because J.K. gets hurt or sick or something like that. Who knows?
Maybe they fight over who's Santa.
Right. Okay. So I got a couple I need to watch. I think I need to watch the ones I really, really... Oh, I forgot, of course, his starring role in The Scorpion King and The Mummy.
Oh, yeah.
There. So he's been around a long time, that's for sure. He's got lots of hits, lots of misses. I'll watch... I got to find Walking Tall and...
Rundown.
Rundown, there you go.
Yeah.
But you said The Rundown's worth it, though, so I'll definitely try to.
I enjoyed both of them.
Okay. So there you go. Other than that, I think we're caught up on all the nerd stuff as far as Marvel, DC, except if you want to go over comic books. We want to save homework for last, or
yeah,
get into that now?
Yeah, but okay. I do have one more comic book news thing.
Okay, what you got?
The Crow reboot. I
saw a picture online. Who was the guy that was the Crow? Oh, it was Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
So yeah, I saw that. Is that legit? Or is that fan cast?
No, that's legit. And they had filmed it and ran out of money. Apparently, they have new financing in place that they're starting to work on post-production now.
The Crow, I guess, what reboot is what I want to call it?
Yeah.
Crow reboot. Huh.
Just came out today that this
Bill
stuff.
Skarsgård's Eric Draven and Murder of Muses. So it's same exact story.
Same exact story. Just complete reboot.
Just a reboot. Skarsgård's cool. I like that, but I also like the idea. Didn't Momoa want to do it there for a while?
He was tied to it for a while. I mean, it's been in development since like 2007.
Interesting.
There's been a lot of people tied to it. I think they finally went ahead and made it, ran out of money. Now they have people backing them again, so looks like it's coming out.
Interesting.
If there's one movie I didn't need, it was a Crow reboot.
I don't want a Crow reboot, to be honest with you. I think the first one's perfect the way it is. It's such a great movie. Super 90s. Very, very 90s movie.
Very 90s. But your whole star's legacy is tied to that movie because he died on set.
Correct. Yeah.
So unless Bill Skarsgård is going to make the ultimate sacrifice while making it.
And here's the other problem I've got with it. You want to know my other problem I've got with it? Is I don't ever want to see anybody else besides Ernie Hudson in his role as the cop.
Yeah.
I can't.
Ian, I'm trying to think.
I don't want to see it. I really don't. I think he was so great in that role.
I'm trying to think.
Say what you will about Ernie Hudson. I'm a role player and everything, but God, he was great in The Crow. I thought he was so good in that role.
He was. I don't remember that character though from the comic.
Oh, really? Okay.
I might have
I've
to
never
go back
read the
and
comic. Do you have the comic?
I do have the comic.
Is it in a collected form, or is that the one we can't use? That's not in print. You can't really find it.
I'm sure it's out there someplace. I mean, my copy of, like, I got a trade of it after the movie came out, so I've had it since probably 97, 98.
Isn't The Crow Dwight's Island movie too?
Oh, I don't remember. It might be.
Yeah, it is. I think so. Hold on. Dwight Deserted Island movie. Hold on. I swear to God, it's The Crow. What was his Deserted Island movie?
Ah.
Hold on. Man.
I think we watched that episode recently too.
Because doesn't the one girl goes, Legally Blonde was hers or whatever. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They don't have it in here. Oh man. Because I know he kind of shouts it over his shoulder as he's walking away. I could have swore it was The Crow. All right, I'll have to do homework. I guarantee you. If you want to bet against me, bet me. I'm telling you, it's The Crow.
I want to say it is, but I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Okay. So anyway, I think that's it as far as nerd stuff, right?
I think so.
Well, this is not comic book related per se.
Yeah.
But I was very, very excited to see it today. Don't know if you watched it or not yet. John Wick 4 trailer came out today.
No, I did not watch it. I meant to show it to my daughter.
Okay.
We haven't watched 3 yet.
Oh, 3 is so good. They're all so good.
They are so good.
3 I like a lot.
Aaron and I saw the first one in the theaters, and then we just never went back to them. And I loved it. And I don't know why we never watched it. It was probably because we had kids and we stopped going to the movies.
Yeah.
So then we showed it to it, and Madeline got obsessed.
Yeah.
And so we watched the second one. I don't think we never got around to pulling the trigger on the third one. So we're going to have to do that soon. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. James O'Barr, special edition, The Crow, hardcover. That's not a bad price for a hardcover book. $24 on Amazon.
No, that's not bad at all.
I'm looking at the cover. I'm going to assume the cover doesn't. The guy that did the cover probably didn't do the actual artwork. Because did James O'Barr do both? Did he do the writing and the art?
I want to say he did.
Because his name is the only name I'm seeing on here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Maybe it is his work. Look at that. That's some great. Oh man, that's 80s punk rock right there.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Oh my god, this is so 80s punk rock. It's a black and white book.
Yes.
That's even cooler.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a black and white book.
One of my favorite books ever.
Did he do anything else besides The Crow? Is that his only claim to fame?
That's his real claim to fame. I mean, he had other stuff that came out. I had a one shot called Tasty Bits, which was like short stories. But I think people only bought it because of The Crow.
I mean, this is when goth was so popular, is what this looks like.
Yeah.
To be really honest with you.
Eric Draven could have been a Cure cover band artist.
Yeah, exactly. Robert Smith.
Yep.
It looks like a Robert Smith cover guy. Yeah,
yep.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, I mean, you can find some cheaper paperback used copies, but hardcover. I think it's a hardcover worthy kind of book.
Oh yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting the hardcover now after you saying it.
Yeah, not a bad price on it, right? So, but yeah, I'm interested in that. I'd be down for that for sure. And then, yeah, I'm sorry, back to John Wick 4. It looks great. It's got God, he's in everything. He's that kind of actor that when he passes, when you see him on the Oscars, you're gonna go, that guy was in everything. I never knew his name. It's the guy that's he's in Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. He's in he fights Hawkeye when Hawkeye goes rogue there in not Endgame. Yeah, Endgame. He's just that guy. He's great with a sword, and he's in this. He's fighting John Wick in this one. So
okay, I'm
looking forward to it.
I'm trying to see Donnie Yen.
Is that his name? Here, let me see.
Or
no, not Donnie. Donnie Yen was he was in Star Wars.
Yeah,
he was in Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah.
God, Donnie Yen's awesome. I love Donnie Yen.
Hiroki Sanada.
Yes,
okay.
That's him. Yep.
Yeah, I recognize him.
He's in everything. Though. He was in Bullet Train that you were just talking about the other day.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, he was I forgot. He's Scorpion. He's Scorpion in the Mortal Kombat reboot.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it looks like he was in Army of the Dead.
He's that kind of guy that I bet you his career overseas is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then we get to see him in a bunch of American films, but overseas he's just probably one of the biggest actors ever. That everyone knows his name. We're over here. We go, what's that guy's name?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you missed out that he was in The Wolverine.
Yeah, no Wolverine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
He was in Ring, huh? Well, he's in John Wick 3. I don't remember him being in John Wick 3 though. Interesting.
I'll have to watch for him.
I need to revisit that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Definitely I'm definitely looking forward to it. You should definitely watch John Wick 3 if you haven't.
Oh yeah.
Ian McShane is amazing. He's coming back. Lawrence Fishburne's in the fourth one too. I love the fact that they get those guys back together. I think Keanu is one of his best roles that he's ever done.
Yeah.
He fits it so perfectly. Oh, here's a nerd thing. And I don't know if you heard rumors about this. If there's any truth to it, they're gonna go ahead and do another Constantine. They're letting Keanu come back and play it.
I've heard rumors of it, but it was before the HBO or Warner Brothers Discovery merger. So I don't know what's happening. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with it.
Okay. Because I saw a clip today of him on a talk show. I don't remember which one it was, but he said of all the characters he's done, what's one that he'd like to get another crack at? And he said Constantine. He liked Constantine a lot. You hated Constantine, didn't you?
No, I liked it.
You liked it? Okay. I always try to remember who doesn't. I like it too. I thought it was great. I was good with it. I really liked the guy that plays Lucifer. I think he's the nihilist from Big Lebowski. Another one of those actors that when he passes, that was in everything, but you never know his name. That guy. Then I always call him, the nihilist from from Big Lebowski.
So yeah, I didn't hate the movie. I liked the movie. I just didn't feel like he fit John Constantine based off the comic book. But I was able to look past it because he did well.
It's a completely different portrayal. Yeah, it's a way different portrayal. So, and I wonder why they made that decision to go that route.
I don't know.
It's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder, Okay. And I keep saying that's it. That's it. No, something else pops up. I think that's it. I think I am out of ammo as far as the comic stuff goes right now.
So let's move on to the big topic for the night.
Sure.
Sports documentaries.
All right. So when you mentioned sports documentaries, I was going to ask, did you just want to talk about a bunch of them? Did you want a Mount Rushmore, a top 5, a top 10, or just talk about the ones you've seen recently and that you like, or kind of what were you going for there?
I was originally thinking like a Mount Rushmore, but maybe we could pool them together and see if we get a top 5 between the two of us.
Okay, well, let's go back and forth. Let's go down our lists, and let's see if we can put like a number by the ones that we like, and we'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah. So I actually had 2 lists. I have series and I have movies.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of just lumped them all together just as documentaries. But yeah, what's your first one you got on your list?
So I'm gonna go with the OG one, the one that really got me into sports documentaries, Hoop Dreams.
That's number 1 on my list too. It's actually my first one I wrote down because that's like you said, it's the OG, it's the original. It's one it's still prevalent today, or you know what I mean?
It really is, because
it's a timeless story.
I made this list and I'm like, does it hold up? I mean, it's old. It doesn't have like all the footage that like you get now with like The Last Dance.
Yeah, no, I get you as far as the footage goes, but
yeah. So I went back.
It's the story itself. I think that holds up.
And I went back yesterday and I rewatched it.
Oh, you rewatched it? Oh, and that's a long one. That's like a 3-hour one, isn't it?
2 hours. It was like 2:15, I think.
Oh, maybe
2.5.
I remember it was a long one though, as far as a documentary.
For a documentary, if it's not a series, that's a long one.
Yeah.
It still holds up.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks dated because of the footage. Mm-hmm. But the story, I mean, you could see the story happening today. These kids struggling to stay in school, all the talent in the world, injuries. Mm-hmm. It was just so good.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And I love the story. I really do. Yeah. And I think the old footage has a bit of a, I don't know. It's just it's like me and my obsession with like 80s horror movies. Just there's that look to it, and I always enjoy that. That's something it doesn't. I don't think it.
It's an authentic feel.
Me. I think it helps it. I think it gives it an
authentic feel.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, authentic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So since we both had that number 1, what was your number 2? I'm not saying like ranked, but just what's the second one you had written down?
Again, another old one, Beyond the Mat.
I have that written down. That was my 4th one I had written down just when compiling the list. Yeah. The problem with Beyond the Mat is I don't remember enough details about it because it's been a long time since I've seen it. I just know that this one, it had Mick Foley was a big part of it, right?
A lot of Mick Foley.
And then,
it had Draws, the guy that broke his neck.
Yeah.
Because they talked about the fact he could puke on command, and Vince loved that.
Yeah.
Seems about right.
But Terry Funk was a big part of it too, right?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, yeah.
And so I think it showed a lot more of not the performer, but like the person behind the performer. So like you see Terry Funk have this hardcore match, and then you see him afterwards like pulling thumbtacks out of his back. Mm-hmm. I tried to watch. I tried to find it again.
People say, "Hey, wrestling's not real." You go ahead. You give it a shot. Give it a try.
Yeah.
Try to sell a match to a crowd to entertain them. Go ahead. Tell me it's not real.
Yeah.
Just a different type of real is what I always say.
Yeah. Okay. The finish is scripted. Okay. Those moves still hurt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And to do a lot of the moves, you have to be an athlete.
Yeah. And wasn't that the basis of what kind of gave it the green light to the wrestler? That the how this performed as far as a film, and people giving it some credence. Isn't that what kind of led to the wrestler?
I don't know.
Okay, I thought I remember something about that because I know the wrestler came out after it, and I don't know how long after it though.
I think it was about 10 years after.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not then. I don't know. Why am I remembering that? I don't know.
I want to say Beyond the Mat was 99. Wrestlers like 2007.
Really? Okay. So there's some time between the two.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I got one I want to throw at you.
Okay.
It's a little bit more recent. A longer one, but amazing. And there's actually one that you recommended to me. And even Jen got caught up watching it.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk Until the Wheels Fall Off.
God, it was so good.
And I still count that as a sports documentary. Absolutely, because that dude's an athlete, and just him trying to do the 960 move and the dedication he had to it, and just the aging skater. Can he do it? Can he try to pull it off? And when he did it, it's just, oh my god, amazing!
It was number 4 on my movie list.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Oh, because I forgot you did series versus movie. So,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But like the stuff he went through, like being kind of alienated from other skaters because his dad came in and kind of took over to make it legit for him.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
He was on Mark Maron earlier this year.
Oh, really? Okay.
A really good interview. But he was talking about how his siblings were so much older and just his parents had no control over him. So this was like one way his dad could stay involved with him.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll have to look that one up. I'd be interested. He's a fascinating person.
Yeah.
His life story is very fascinating.
Oh yeah.
And the most fascinating thing was just how perfect timing was. It just because I can't imagine today in this age where kids just. I don't ever see kids skating more than that much anymore, to be honest with you.
We have a skate park out this way, and there's always kids on it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not just skating, though.
I have a skate park, too, right down the street. No one's ever on it. Oh. Nobody's dead, yeah.
Yeah, well, and it's not just skating, though. I mean, there'll be skateboards, but they'll also have bikes and razor scooters and stuff. Yeah. Actually, there's even... I was thinking of one that's over by our church, but there's one even closer to us. Like it's a full, awesome area. We've been to it once, and it was unreal. Like the stuff they have in it.
Nice.
There's always kids there.
Oh, good. That's good. Well, maybe it's just because I don't see it around where I'm at. But yeah, no, I just thought great movie. Yeah, it's rewatchable too.
Yeah. All right. You want to go to another one? I did 2, so you do 2.
Oh, well, I'm going to steal one off your list that you just watched recently, Facing Nolan.
That was really good.
So good. So good. I don't know how they do these things, man. And they're able to get all this old footage, and the stories are captivating. It's just...
Oh, yeah.
And his story is so classic. It's the, I'm the kid from the small town, and I'm marrying my high school sweetheart, and I'm trying to find my way in the world. And is this going to work out or not? And then just to have the career, the longevity that he had. Oh yeah, and the fact that you forget, about his time with the Mets. To be honest with you, because the most famous thing is always him with the Rangers.
At least for us, because that was like the big time for our youth baseball.
Yeah,
but.
Sure.
To see him going out there being like, I don't think I have anything left, and then he throws a no-hitter.
I know, right? I got nothing. At the age of 46 or something like that?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Oh, man. And then something about the technology or something, the technology couldn't, gun him right as far as the speed. They were saying he was, at that point in time, he was, probably throwing 108 or something like that, I think, if I remember correctly.
I like 107, because I think they said if you went back even further, like Walter Johnson, if he threw today, the clock would show 108, 109.
Oh, wow. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable that their arms don't fall off. You know what I mean? The damage they must have done to him,
Well, for every pitcher you had like him, though, you had probably 20 pitchers that their arm just fell off.
Yeah. So, but no, a captivating story. A timeless story as well. And that's what I think the main theme about all these is they're timeless. You could watch them whenever, and they hold up.
Well, and what's amazing is you see all these feats he had, but at the same time, because he pitched so long, he's got he's top 3 in losses and
wild
exactly. Pitches and
really high in wins, really high in losses. The stuff like that. You have to look at it with that perspective of, he's not good. Look how many losses, or he's got so many wins, but then people want to talk about the losses, but like you said, he's doing it forever. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's wins and losses are one of the worst baseball stats ever because it's really out of the pitcher's control. Yes, they can limit the damage, but look at Jacob deGrom this whole time with the Mets.
Yeah.
He'd go on and give up 1 or 2 runs, and they wouldn't score anything when he pitched.
Yeah. But yeah, no, those were the 2 I had under Hoop Dreams. So, and then we both had Beyond the Mat.
Yeah.
So what do you have next on yours?
At least for movie wise, I was going to go Andre the Giant.
I have that listed on mine as well. It's just a little further down. I think I have a bunch of series listed on mine before I hit Andre the Giant. But his story, it's a I don't want to say it's tragic, but sad. It's so sad. His life was amazing. But then again, his life was, you just felt so sorry for the guy because just living life in a world that didn't fit him.
Right.
Know?
It was surreal.
Yeah.
Because I think I still have a picture on my phone of him holding a beer can, and it just looks tiny, like those little 6-ounce cans.
Yep. And to him, yeah. And he could drink. There's a Jake the Snake Roberts story that he tells, I think. And I'm trying to remember where he told it. Just about him having to drive Andre, but he had to drive him in this van, like a a work van, because he just wouldn't fit in cars.
Yeah,
he bought a couple 330 packs for the road trip, and then Jake was drinking a 12 pack or something. That. And then just talking about how when Andre would have to go to the bathroom in a hotel, he couldn't go on a toilet; he'd have to go in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just that poor man. I mean, just the inconveniences of life that he had to go through. But, the gentle giant. And then basically going, as far as everyone, the whole story behind Hulk slamming him at WrestleMania 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, Hulk's not slamming Andre unless Andre says he can slam him.
No, yeah.
So it was Andre who made the call for him to do that.
Yeah.
And of course, Andre was an athlete that people just don't understand how athletic he was at that big of a size. But he's the one that got up for him. He did a lot of the work for Hulk for that to happen.
And Hulk's still cracked 2 vertebrae doing it.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think I cried the first time I watched it.
Yeah, man.
Because it was just sad, the end of his life.
Yeah. Yep.
Him sitting there, one of the stories was him at the bar, and he's like, I had 2 bottles of wine and 30 beers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how can you live after that?
But to think of the pain he was dealing with too. That's a big theme with wrestling altogether.
Oh yeah,
is how much pain they're in all the time, and for him, he had to drink so much just to try to dull a lot of that pain.
Well, and it wasn't just the pain of wrestling; it was just the pain of being that big. On top of it,
being that big, yes, absolutely, yep. Just a walking fable, basically. You know what I mean? A fairy, he's unreal. He was just an unreal person. And it's one of those crazy things. But I think the documentary was incredible. It was a really well done documentary.
And the thing about him is he lives on because Princess Bride is such a timeless movie. My kids know Andre the Giant is Fezzik.
Yep. And the sad thing though is I didn't get, back then he wasn't on TV very much though, was he? If I remember correctly, as far as just being on normal TV.
A little bit. I remember watching him when we were little.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
See, I don't remember that well. So it'd have been great though. I wish I would have been able to see him a lot more.
Yeah.
Especially his prime too. That would have been great.
Oh yeah. That's one thing I miss is I wish I could have been around for the territory days to see these guys kind of show up like going to a Glory Pro show.
Yeah, just you don't know who's going to be there, kind of thing.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, because you don't you know a show's coming up, but they can't promote it the same way they can now.
Yeah.
So when we went and Ethan Page surprised everybody, that was awesome, and that was common back then.
Yeah. And here, let's see here. I'm trying to find out. I'm looking at my list here to see if I have any more movies versus docu shows. Basically, I think a lot of mine are more shows now. Oh, here's a movie for you. And I don't remember if it won Best Picture or at least got nominated for Best Documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch Undefeated?
I don't think so.
Put that on your list to watch. Football story of basically urban team that thinks that that they're not going to account for much. I don't want to say too much. I think it'll spoil it if I say too much, and I don't want to tell you what happens with it. It's really, really good. It's a little dated at this point. I think it came out 2011 or something like that, so it's a little older.
Okay.
But football related and just one of those things. Football is just it's made for documentaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just there's just that's the best thing. That's my biggest thing about what I love about college football, for sure, are the stories of the kids that their story that you get to learn about while following the team. And that's what I like about this one a lot. And that goes along with another show. We'll get to that show when we start talking about your show.
I think it's my number 3 show.
Okay.
We'll jump to it.
Do your first 2 shows. What do you got for each first 2?
Okay, so I have The Last Dance.
Yeah. I mean, that was unbelievable. I never knew all that footage existed. That's crazy that all that stuff exists.
Yeah, and then getting these guys to sit down after the fact and talk about it all.
Which that's caused a whole bunch of rift.
Oh yeah,
after all that stuff came out. But I don't expect anything different from Jordan, to be honest with you.
No, I don't either.
The most competitive person I think that has ever lived. My God, even the little clip they show of him playing the locker room attendant, where they throw quarters against the wall, or who could get closest to the wall or whatever. I'm like, that is insane how competitive he is. That's a nothing little game, and he still took it so serious.
Well, and I mean, it goes in line with the theory that he got banned from basketball for a year, so he went and played minor league baseball.
Possibly, yeah.
So,
but I mean, that all lines up with his dad. I mean, well, maybe they make him Hollywoodish, I guess, or whatever. But
I mean, the legends of him like losing $50,000-$60,000 on the golf course every round is like.
I know.
All over the place.
But him losing 50 or 60,000 is like us losing $5.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
So I don't know if you've heard of them, but there's a golf podcast called Country Club Adjacent.
No, I've never heard of it.
One of their things is they do back off challenges on holes. And they're like they're with the Live Tour now, so they'll go do it at like pro-ams and stuff. Scottie Pippen was out there recently, and he was about to take a shot, and one of them goes, "You're going to take the shot, or you're going to hand it off to Jordan?" And right when he's about to take his backswing, he goes, "I'm going to hand it off to Jordan," and he hits it.
Oh no!
Didn't phase him.
That's unbelievable. That's a chirp of all chirps right there. Oh,
didn't phase him. I'll send you some of their clips. They're hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is wicked. That is amazing.
Yeah.
They got to hand it off to Jordan. Oh, man. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Okay.
So what's the next one you have then?
Ken Burns' baseball.
I never got through it. It's long. That's a long one.
It's really long. I've got it. I have 8 DVDs of it, I think.
Oh my God.
I can sit and just pop any one of them in whenever I want. I love it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm that big into baseball and love the history of it, so I can sit there and watch a random 10 years of little known facts of all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, I got one more movie that I want to throw out there.
Okay.
King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I
I
didn't put that down, but yeah.
I don't remember much about it other than the guy that's in there is a douche. I remember the guy was a really, really bad person.
Well, because it was the story of the guy that broke the record, and then there was another guy that complained about it and said that he really broke the record. It just wasn't documented.
Yeah, something like that. I think you're right. Yeah. It's just, I was like, you're watching the whole time. It's like, this is about Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
It's captivating. It's captivating about Donkey Kong.
Well, and it's set the stage for today's esports.
It does. I know. So that definitely holds up. These are all things you can watch with your kids, though. They're captivating, to be honest with you. They really are.
Yeah.
But no, here, go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I have one more movie. I'm sorry. That's at the very bottom of my list. I don't know if you ever watched it, though. Ice Guardians.
No, I never did watch it. I wanted to. Because that's the one narrated by Kelly Chase?
It's his baby. He produced it.
Yeah.
I don't believe he narrated it. He's in there, but it's just talking about the enforcer.
The enforcer, yeah.
It was about the enforcer role. And
you know what? I think I did watch it.
It's just it's one of those things where you watch it and you talk these guys that like doing whatever they had to make it to the show, basically, right?
Yeah.
And like they would get, I don't know who said it. It might have been Chase himself, but these guys get like one guy was like he'd get so nervous he'd throw up because he knew he had to fight. And he didn't really want to fight, but he knew he had to. Because he he wouldn't be on the roster, kind of thing.
Yep.
And it's just it's a lost arch / rule. It just doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't.
The game took him out of it. But back when you needed it, it meant so much. I mean,
you still have like the Ryan Reeves type guys.
Yeah.
But they're not like where it was where every team had one of them.
They're not Bobby Probert.
Yeah.
That would just destroy you if you came anywhere near their guys.
Or Ty Domi or Chase or Twister or any of those guys. Yeah. We were kind of blessed here with that too, because it seems like we always had a good enforcer.
We had Chase and Twist on the same team.
Yeah.
I mean, you get those two together. My God. It's just, I dare you to do something to Holly, right?
Yeah. But then you had like all the concussions from being punched in the face and there were.
Well, it just got a bad rap. It did get a bad rap.
Yeah.
People were just watching just for the fights, which fights just don't happen that much anymore. They really don't. They're still amazing when they do. It's still entertaining.
Oh yeah,
and there's a place for it. I still think there's a place for it in the game. They're just trying to eliminate it altogether, though.
Yeah.
So.
No, that is a good one.
What do you got next on yours?
All right, so Last Chance U.
Yeah, that's it. I love Last Chance U. Even the third season where they go out to the team that's out in LA. Even I think that one's good. Or not? Oh, I think it's Oakland or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then they have the one season of basketball too, right at the beginning.
I
of the
haven't watched
pandemic.
the basketball one all the way through yet. Is that one pretty good?
Yeah, it is really good. It's heartbreaking because this team finally like pulls together, and it looks like they're going to win this JUCO national championship, and then the pandemic hits.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful. But the very first season's incredible.
It was.
I think one of the guys' names, if I remember, is Ollie. Something Ollie or something like that.
Yeah, and I think didn't he make it to the NFL?
I think so. I think
he was one of the few guys.
He made it to college for sure. I know he made it to college for sure. He was just that guy that you're pulling for the whole time. That just you're like, just go to class and have someone help you. Please just make it out of here, man. Because you have it, man. He has the it thing, you know?
Yep. And stop hitting on the academic advisor.
That's what everybody did.
All of them did.
That's so funny, too. That was hilarious. I found that to be really funny.
I did, too. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So next one for series.
Okay.
I lumped them all together because they are so good. 30 for 30s.
I got here. Can I go over a couple that kind of stood out to me for the 30 for 30s?
Yeah.
Once Brothers. It was the story of Drazen Petrovic and Vlade Divac.
Yeah.
That one was incredible.
It was.
Incredible story. Super sad. Super, super sad. I'm trying to remember what was the biggest part that stood out. I mean, his death was a big deal.
Yeah.
But as far as his country, I don't... Slovakia, maybe?
I think it was Slovakia. Yeah.
And just Vlade doing that whole thing, with his kids in there and everything. I was just like, that one was heartbreaking. I remember it being really heartbreaking. King's Ransom. It was a story about Gretzky going to the Kings.
Going to the Kings, yeah, that was a good one.
What a story! What a story!
Yep.
30 for the U about Miami University back in the 90s.
That was a good one.
Or late 80s, early 90s. They were insane. They were really good too.
Yeah.
The Fab Five. This is the story about the kids from Michigan. All that coming together. Still one of the most heartbreaking moments in sports history for Chris Webber. That poor guy.
I know. That was my team at the time too.
And that team, and it was a one and done for him, I think, if I remember. Because didn't he go to the NBA the next season?
I think so. I don't think it was one and done, but that was his last year.
That was their last chance to win the championship.
Yeah, because I think Juwan Howard went too.
You did? Okay, yeah. So my point being that I don't think we'll ever see something like that ever again.
No.
Getting those 5 kids all to stay in state and put together a team like that.
Yeah.
Unreal, man. Let me see. Oh, this one's Catching Hell. It was the Cubs Steve Bartman story.
Oh, yeah.
That poor man. I swear to God, that poor guy.
I felt so bad because, I'm like, that's me at a Cardinal game.
Right?
That would have been me at that time.
Who would have known, you know?
Yeah.
And then But, of course, the Cubs win World Series after that. So it's just like, curse is broken or whatever.
Yeah. They just waited 12 years.
Yeah. Broke. What about athletes going broke?
Yes.
That one was really eye-opening.
Yeah.
I think the saddest part was I think Bernie Kosar had one of the sad stories in there.
Yeah,
I think didn't his dad steal all his money if I remember correctly.
I think so. It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember this. I wrote down because it sounded familiar. You don't know Bo? I think they did one on Bo Jackson.
That was really good.
And then the last one I have that was really I hate Christian Leitner.
That was so good. Two other ones off the top of my head. They did a Ric Flair one.
Yep.
And that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember the name of it, but it was about the day of the OJ chase. Because it was PGA Championship, NBA Finals with the Knicks in it. Or no, it might have been semifinals, and it was the Knicks versus the Pacers.
Okay.
And there's something else big that happened that day.
Okay.
But it was just crazy. It all happened at one time, and it all got overshadowed by OJ in the White Bronco.
I need to go try to find one.
And the director of it is the guy that did Bull Durham. Oh,
wow. Okay.
And he did another sports movie. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head, though.
Okay. I don't remember either, but that one sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the 30 for 30s they're all incredible.
Yeah.
And this one's not a 30 for 30, but I think it was a series or a movie, I can't remember, but the Aaron Hernandez story.
That was a movie. It was on Netflix. I have it written down here. Killer Inside, the Aaron Hernandez story.
Yeah, that thing was captivating.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The whole story's just messed up.
And just the issues he had, and people had no clue. And then when he finally snapped, his teammates I had no clue.
Yeah. And, they didn't. No one had a clue.
Yeah.
No one had any clue that the guy was going to snap like that.
Yeah.
So, all
right. Another one I got, Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Those things are great. And the one that stands out the most from that one, to be honest with you, it's got to be Benoit.
The Benoit 2-part was really good. That and the Plane Ride from Hell.
Which one? Oh, the plane ride from hell. Yeah, for sure. That's crazy.
Two things that have come out of that is they just announced they've started production on season 4.
Okay.
JR is working on it with them after complaining about how they portrayed him in the past.
Okay.
And then Ric Flair came out and said he's doing a documentary on his side of that story.
Oh, the plane. Oh, wow. Because he was the one that was harassing the
stewardesses.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
He said, "Be ready," because he's going to name names.
Ooh, that's gonna be good. That'll be really, really good. Interesting.
And so to go along with that, Vice has released a new series. A couple episodes in, it's called Tales from the Territories.
Okay.
And so this is back before Vince bought everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just telling old stories of what happened. And so the first one was Memphis. And so it was Jeff Jarrett and his dad and 2 other promoters. And it was just crazy, the stories they're telling.
Really? Okay.
One of the promoters was upset with Jerry Jarrett and sent a guy to wrestle him, but he was really there to kill him.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
And they got into an altercation in the ring, and he stabbed him in the eye.
Oh, my God.
And I'm just like...
That's just episode 1.
That's just episode 1. I'm like, how can it get more crazy than that? And my buddy Jeremy's wait till you get to Florida.
Oh, wow. Well, then that Florida territory, is that what's his name? American Dream. Is that Dusty Rhodes territory?
I don't know.
I don't remember what territory he was.
I'm going to have to pay attention.
Okay. Yeah, no. I'll have to check that one out. That story's unreal. That's crazy.
And just everything just got more outrageous. And so Jeff Jarrett shows up on AEW recently, and I'm like, I really hate him, but maybe something captivating is going to happen now.
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, we haven't talked about AEW in a hot minute. We're in a lull, man. We're in a little bit of a lull, we'll say that. There's good and bad right now. Yeah. I'll say more bad than good. But okay, here I'm gonna lump a whole bunch and together. The Untold series it's basically Netflix's version of 30 for 30. So
yeah,
I think I've seen most of them, at least the ones like I find the stories to be interesting. There's a few I think I probably skipped because they just didn't really do anything for me. But
Manti Te'o.
the one that captivated the most for me was the one you told me to watch. That was like one of the very first ones you told me to watch was Crimes and Penalties.
Yes.
The mob guy that bought a hockey team for his son.
Yes.
How it's not a movie, I don't know.
Oh, I know. They could very easily make a movie out of that. It's like it can't be real, but it is. Yeah.
It's one of those things. None of that could be real, but it actually did happen. So
I'm going to bring in a bunch of goons on this team.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Rise and Fall of And One. I thought the And One was really interesting.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Just how a company comes and goes, and the street ball aspect of it, how street ball was a big deal back then.
Oh yeah.
The Malice at the Palace, just getting
God, that was so good. Ones. That was the first one, and that really sucked me in.
Yeah, that one was well done. And then the one I watched most recently that I thought was really well done, and you wonder what the real story is, because I think he's written a book, and I think he's trying to give the NBA a black eye a little bit. But the Operation Flagrant Foul, the one with Tim Donaghy, as the
I haven't seen that one yet.
You need to watch. It's really good, really, really good. And I think he's still kind of out there, just going, take a look at a series from like 2007 or something. Like one of the series where they wanted the Lakers to go to Game 7. He goes, isn't it kind of interesting how they went to, they because they wanted the drama of Game 7, and the more the games went, the more they could sell to advertisers, sell commercials and all that stuff. And I'm like, huh. And the funny thing is with the stuff that he did, I mean, he definitely did stuff, but the betting that he did, I don't think it was no, I'll take it back. He definitely impacted it, but not to the point where it was super bad. I think it messed with the spread more than anything, I think. So
they also did one about car racing in the 80s, where this guy wanted to be a racer, but he didn't have money. So he started selling drugs, and he became this huge drug runner that would race cars on weekends.
Is this Untold? Is that
it's another Untold. Huh, it was like the second or third one that came out.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I saw that one.
There was a tennis one too. I don't think I watched that because I'm just not into tennis. Yeah.
We didn't do this one. 30 for 30. The Winning Time. Reggie Miller versus the Knicks.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That story is awesome on its own, but just bringing in Spike Lee from the sideline and all that stuff. That was a really, really good one too. I think. Oh, and then last but not least, the Manti Te'o one, which we spent a lot of time talking on.
Yeah,
just incredible.
Yeah,
super. I don't know. Could you make a movie out of that one, or would you want? I don't think he'd want a movie made out of that one.
I don't think he would. I think you'd want to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think that this documentary cleared his name of pretty much all wrong.
Oh yeah,
he still made mistakes, but that poor kid, this just wrecked him. That wrecks it. It's how to wreck a man's life, and the person got away scot-free. And I hate that. I hate that the person that did it there's no repercussions for him at all. And then my last one. Did you have any more on your list?
No. And the Manti Te'o is actually an Untold.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was an Untold.
Yeah.
But my last one is the Redeem Team.
Okay.
If you haven't watched it, you gotta watch it.
It's good.
You gotta watch that.
It's really good.
It's brilliant. It gives you an aspect of Kobe that gives me a whole new respect for that guy. I loved it. I loved everything about it. Very patriotic, very pro. I mean, in a time when we're so divided, this is like a story I felt like could unite people. Like, why could you not unite and feel good about our country? Thinking about this team, where after we were when you're kind of down and out, and all of a sudden you come back together, and there's one missing piece. And that one missing piece just pushes you over the top. And not only pushes you over the top, but you just go out and straight up dominate.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking dominate the whole thing. And my favorite part is when Spain at the time was their main opponent, right?
Yeah.
And they have two guys. I think they have Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony tell the story about it. Where Kobe was playing. At the time, he was, what was his name? His teammate. Pau.
Yeah.
Pau Gasol.
Gasol, yeah.
Yeah. He's on his team, and he goes, I know exactly the very first play they're running. And basically, it's Powell setting a screen. He goes, I'm just going to truck through this dude. I'm just going to watch.
Yeah.
Just to set the tone of the game. And Kobe hits him like he's Ray Lewis, dude. He destroys Gasol.
Yeah.
And they're like, if he's about to do that to his boy, who he's winning championships with the Lakers,
Yep.
oh, man. We're going to win today.
Yeah.
I love it. That's just one. Just stuff like that with sports. I love that part about sports. There's so much about sports that's heartbreaking, and you go, why do I bother and waste my time with this stuff? But then when you see stuff like that, you're like, yeah, this is the reason why right there.
Yeah. So I do have a few I'll run through real quick.
Okay, go for it. I'm done. That's it for my list. That's all I had.
Welcome to Wrexham. It's on Hulu right now.
Yeah, is it good?
It's a lot of fun watching Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney together.
Okay, and the fact that they weren't even friends before this, it was just a random thing. He just tweeted him or something like that, right?
Yep.
That's so weird.
It's a really good look at like a lot of the business side, but also these big names coming in and kind of taking over the team.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
This was on Netflix. It was called The Long Shot. It's about a guy who was accused of murder.
Okay.
But he was at a Los Angeles Dodgers game.
Yes, I saw that one. I saw it, yeah.
And when they used the clip from Curb Your Enthusiasm to see him in the crowd to clear his name.
Yeah, I remember that.
Unreal.
That was yeah. Oh, you know what? I do have one I forgot to put on here. And I don't know if it's Untold or if it's 30 for 30. The one about the Mets in the 80s. The Queens of, or the Kings of Queens or something like that.
I think that was 30 for 30.
It's 30 for 30. Did you ever watch it?
I don't know if I did watch that one.
Oh, you should watch it. Oh, it's incredible. So good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
Right.
It's got all the great guys from the 80s. It's got Hernandez on there, Strawberry, good and all.
Yep.
That's so good. But I'm sorry. Yeah, that one, The Long Shot, I remember you told me about that one. I watched it. That was an incredible story. Yeah. Oh, my God.
All right, so there was the Battered Bastards of Baseball. Kurt Russell's dad bought an independent team. Yeah, it was on Netflix.
I don't remember if I watched it or not yet, though. Because I remember he was a minor league player, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Kurt Russell?
he played on the team.
Yeah, okay.
It was just a crazy look at baseball back then. It was the Savannah Bananas back in like 70s.
The Savannah Bananas. I know. That team's crazy, though, man.
I love watching their games, though.
You do watch some of their games?
Yeah, they're on ESPN Plus.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Bringing entertainment back to baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to make it as entertaining as you can. Why not, right?
And they've been bringing in former players, like Jonathan Papelbon pitched a game.
Oh, he did? Okay, cool.
All right, so another OG one here, When We Were Kings, about Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
Really good one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it holds up. I need to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, I think I need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one.
Dogtown and Z-Boys. It's a skating one. Movie, right? Yeah, before Tony Hawk.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
LFG, it's the story of the women's U.S. national soccer team and trying to get equal pay.
Is this a Netflix one?
I think it was HBO Max.
Okay. I know of the story, I never saw the movie.
They were getting momentum in their lawsuit, and then the pandemic hit.
Just crushes everything, right?
But they ended
you and all that. Yeah,
but in the last couple of months, they came to a settlement. So
yeah, okay.
And then,
they are more popular than the men's team, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, they make a lot more money than the men's team do. Yeah. So there's no reason why the men's team makes like 40% more than they do.
Because especially with the men's team sucking and missing the World Cup all the time now.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And then I got two last wrestling ones. You Can't Kill David Arquette.
Is that the one where they talk about his death match with the guy
with
out
Nick Gage?
Like yeah, Gage. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that one.
So his acting career kind of dried up. He always felt bad because he was a huge wrestling fan and got so much hate for Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
He's like, I wanted to prove that I was a wrestler.
Okay.
And so he did training, and like Jungle Boy's in it, Luke Perry's in it.
Okay.
And he does like real matches, and then.
So I bet you I watched the story about that from maybe it was on Dark Side of the Ring. Maybe is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they touched on it in the Nick Gage episode.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
But you see a lot of that match in there.
Okay.
And you see him walk out of the ring before he gets stabbed in the neck. He almost quit the match. And then decided, I'm going to go back and do this. And then Nick Gage stabs him in the neck because he's an actor, not a wrestler. Like,
that guy belongs back in jail. To be honest.
He was like inches away from getting his jugular.
I know. That would have been such a David Arquette way of dying.
Oh yeah, very much so. But like they show him at the hospital, and there's Luke Perry standing with him because Jungle Boy was at the match and wrestled before he did.
Oh my God, it's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's wrestled since then.
What's that? What You Can't Kill David Arquette? What's that? Is that on anything right now?
I think I saw it on Amazon Prime. I don't know if it's still out there though.
I'll have to go search it out.
And then the last one was the documentary about Jake the Snake. So it was about how his life was in shambles, and he went to the DDP yoga.
Yeah, yoga. I saw this. I saw it. Yeah. Because then I didn't know the story about his dad and the stepmom and all that, the molestation and everything, all that craziness. Yeah, man. He had a rough life.
He had a very rough life.
Yeah, that poor guy.
Yeah.
A lot of these wrestlers, man, they just have tragic stories to them, to be honest.
Oh, they do. So along those lines, it's not going to be a documentary, but they're making a feature about the Von Erichs.
Really?
With Zac Efron playing one of them.
Really? Okay. Is this going to be like a straight to HBO or Hulu?
No, this is like a theater thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's gonna be a good story. That would be a really interesting story.
Oh, and you want to know what makes it even better?
What's that?
You want to know why MJF hasn't been on TV the last few weeks?
He's in the movie?
He's in the movie. He's not one of the Von Erichs. There's a Von Erich cousin, an honorary Von Erich, and he's playing him. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
MJF's going to blow up, dude. That dude, he's primed to blow up. The guy's so good at what he does.
Yeah, here I'm. Iron Claw, I think, is the name of the movie, or Inside the Iron Claw or something. I'm pulling up Efron real quick. And of course, on web it doesn't show. Right, here you go. Upcoming. The Iron Claw. He's playing Kevin Von Erich. There's been pictures of him. He's a pretty buff guy to begin with. He's looking unreal for this role.
Interesting.
See, Harris Dickinson. I don't know who he is. He looks familiar though. So Mara Tierney's in it from ER.
Okay.
Maxwell Friedman's listed on here. Jim Gleason. He looks familiar. They've got someone playing Harley Race. They've got a bunch of Von Erichs. It looks like it's going to be an amazing movie.
Lily James is in there. I'm trying to remember who she... Okay, I've seen her and stuff before.
Yeah, I don't know who she's playing.
Dickinson. Jeremy Allen White. He doesn't look familiar.
He's from The Bear. Is that the name of it? The chef show on FX.
No, okay. Yeah, you're right. There's Maxwell Friedman with the scarf and everything.
Everything.
Look at Julian Dolce Vita, Jerry the Sound Man. Look at that guy with the gold chain, with the yellow shirt popping out of his coat. Oh my God!
So the guy underneath him, Brady Pierce, is playing Michael P.S. Hayes.
Who's Brady Pierce?
I don't know, but Michael Hayes was one of the Freebirds back in the wrestling days. When the Hardy Boys first came up, he came out to the ring with them. He was their mouthpiece.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I guarantee there's going to be a ton of people showing up in this movie. Like, you'd be like, oh my God, that's so-and-so that I used to watch in wrestling.
Follows the story of the Von Erichs, a dynasty of wrestlers who made a great impact on the sport from the 60s to the present day.
There was a very good documentary about them, and I think it was on the WWE network when it was around.
Jay, did you see who's producing this movie? Did you see the production company?
No, is this A24?
An A24 movie.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, that'll make it very interesting.
Oh, yeah. This story is heartbreaking.
Because, all the brothers died in it pretty much, right?
Yeah. Like I said, there was a really good documentary about it. I don't know if we can find it anywhere now because WWE owns it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm down for this one. I don't know if it'll be theater, but it'll definitely be watched.
Oh, I'm going to the theater for it.
Nice.
I might be going by myself, but
right. Oh man. So okay, is that all? That's that your last one on your list?
Yeah, that's out.
Okay. So as far as a Mount Rushmore, what do you got?
Ooh. Let's see.
I think I got to put Beyond the Mat on there. That's a really, really good one.
Yeah.
But I love that Tony Hawk one too.
Yeah. So, Hoop Dreams is on there.
Yeah, you got to put Hoop Dreams because that's the OG.
Yeah. I think for all the footage we get, Last Dance has to go on there too.
Okay, so we're gonna combine our. It's gonna be the shows and okay.
Yeah.
So I agree, Last Dance because Last Dance was incredible.
Yeah.
I think recency bias makes me like Last Chance U more than I probably should, and same with Redeem Team. I really loved Redeem Team.
I think though, for just the wide variety of things, 30 for 30 probably would have to go on there.
Just all of the 30 for 30s?
Yeah, just 30 for 30 in general.
Nope. You got to pick specific episodes.
Oh.
Nope. So I'm putting Hoop Dreams and Last Dance on there for sure.
I'd go Beyond the Mat too.
All right, so we got that one. So we got to finish we got to finish it off with something here. The Tony Hawk story is an incredible story.
It is.
Andre the Giant though it's tragic.
Yeah. But we've already got a wrestling on there, so it's hard to do two.
Well, you got two basketballs, and then we don't even have a baseball one on there. And I love Facing Nolan.
Yeah, Facing Nolan was good.
And you got your base, and you got Ken Burns, which is just he covers all of the sport altogether,
like the history of the sport.
Yeah. I don't think we can put another basketball one on there.
No, I don't think so either.
There's got to be better. Oh, no, you got two baseball ones. Could go King of Kong just because of how great that movie was.
Yeah, that or The Long Shot. It's baseball, but just the unique story to it.
Yeah, but it's not as well known. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm going Under the Giant. Gotta go Under the Giant. That's what I'm thinking.
All right. I was leaning towards Last Chance U, but I can go Under the Giant.
That's a great one too. Last Chance U is so good. No, I'm going Andre. Andre's more tragic.
We'll go Andre.
I think it hits on your emotions more than Last Chance U does.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
There you go. Hoop Dreams, Last Dance, Andre the Giant, and Beyond the Mat. I think those are pretty good. That's a pretty good Mount Rushmore of the sports documentaries. And if we had an audience, I'd love for our audience to tune in. Tell us ones we forgot about. But we don't have an audience.
All 10 of you, tell us what you think.
We are an award-winning podcast without an audience. I don't know how that happens, but we are.
It's our beer content.
All 5 seconds of it. Well, no, we did talk about beer with Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
The guy was at the ball game, probably drinking a beer, and the Curb Your Enthusiasm thing.
Yeah.
So, are there any documentaries about beer making? I'm sure there actually is one, but
I know I've watched something.
There has to be a documentary about the microbrew wave that hit really big at one point in time.
I haven't seen that many. I know there's on whiskey and on wine.
Oh yeah. Here you go. I'll give you one, and I don't remember the name of it, but it'll ring a bell to you because he sold it at his comic shop for a bit. There's a documentary about the comic shops in like the Midwest or something like that.
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube. I think you sent me the link for it.
Yeah. Don't remember the name of it. If I did, I'd say it to you right now. Of course, I'll never remember it. But it has our boy out in St. Charles featured in the documentary.
Comic Relief.
The guy from and they got a new shop, by the way. Don't know if you knew that.
Yep, been there.
How is it? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is it big?
It's huge.
Okay, yeah.
And
is it the whole building?
Yeah, it's the whole building.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll stop by. Take a look at it. I just haven't done it yet. But that's a great It is a great documentary, though. It's so cool to watch them travel from shop to shop. Because I guess, wasn't it about basically just saying how are you staying afloat? It's basically how the brick and mortar buildings are coming to an end, and digital comics are kind of killing the paper books and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think so. If I remember right, it's been a while since I watched it.
Yeah, but I remember it being pretty good, right? It's nothing, it's not award-winning by any means.
Yeah, not groundbreaking or no cinematography or anything.
I just find those stories to be captivating because it's something that interests me in regards to. It's an industry that's just that someday it might just completely go away.
Yeah.
It might. How many baseball card shops you see these days? They're not prevalent.
No, I know of a few still, but not like they used to be.
Yeah, exactly. So I still think we're going to see less and less comic book shops. To be honest with you, I think they're just going to continue to close unless they can do that thing where they combine a comic book shop with a coffee shop or something. Here's something I didn't share with you the other day. I'll give you a little quick thing. We'll end it on a comic note.
Yeah.
That I went by to pick up Jen some dinner from. There's a pasta house not too far from a comic book shop. It was Wednesday night and they were closed.
Really?
On a Wednesday.
Wow.
That day. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm talking like 7 o'clock, prime time on a Wednesday. Wow. Really, to be honest with you.
So, I think our comic shop out here closes about 7 o'clock on a Wednesday too.
Maybe is that feels super early for a Wednesday, especially with it's a shop that does gaming too.
Okay. So yeah, gaming's a different beast.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, they do both there.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's 7 and this place closed on a Wednesday. That's not good. That can't be good.
Yeah.
You're saying your shop closed too, but it's Wednesday. I maybe they have later hours on the weekend for your shop. I don't know how they run their hours because I could have swore that you posted something online that there's a comic book shop that's going to be open for like an hour on a weekend day. I was like, how are you open for 1 hour?
I don't remember that.
I don't know what you posted. Yeah, it was something.
Huh.
So, yeah, man. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and figure out what that was.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't have no clue, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then as far as homework goes, I do have one piece of homework because I didn't really watch barely anything, to be honest with you, since we spoke. I did check out your Cabinet of Curiosity recommendation.
Yes.
The very first episode is really good.
Yeah. And
then I kind of think I'm done with it. After that, I didn't like... Did we talk about this last time?
We talked a little bit about it.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that's the only little piece I have, other than I've just been reading a whole lot. I've been getting caught up on... Old Man Logan. I think I briefly talked to you about it, but I'm really caught up now. I'm through all those books, and I started Secret Empires where I'm at now. I know we talked. I think I texted you about if I needed to read a bunch of Captain America books first, but I think I'm just going to read that, and then I'll go back and kind of fill in a little bit on that because a lot of the Captain America books are not available from the library. You can't get them. Really? Yeah. No, at least not through mine. The first two in my list were ebooks, so at least I can get them digitally, if anything at all. But a lot of the other ones are just not on there for my reading list. Hold on one second. Yeah, my list for cat books is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 books. Yeah. The Coates run is in there. Okay, it's kept in there, so I know that's pretty good.
I've got the first 2 trades of it if you need it. If you can't get it from the library,
no, I all those are available.
They're good. They're really good.
Yeah. And then so it actually starts off with Young Avengers is where my reading list wants me to start off. Okay, I don't know why, but it's weird. Yeah. Huh. And then Captain America: Fallen Sun. I don't remember. I think it's a Brubaker who wrote that one. Maybe I don't remember for sure.
Sounds familiar.
Because you have Fallen Sun. I skipped over Winter Soldier because I read that. Yeah. We all know the story of Winter Soldier. And then it basically kicks back off where I guess for a while there they were running 2 Cap books. One where Falcon was Cap and one where Cap was Cap. So. And I think they're back to that again. They're going back to that?
Yeah, because I'm reading a Sam Cap book that has Deadpool in it.
Oh, really? Okay.
At least for an issue.
Yeah, no, but the Coach run looks pretty interesting, to be honest with you. Just from reading the blurbs about what it's about, I'm really interested in trying to hit
it's a fresh take on a rehash storyline. I'll say that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll get there at some point. It's just buried in there with everything else I've been wanting to read. Yeah, because what's funny is on my Miles run, it has gold balls. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Oh yeah,
he's very prevalent in the Miles run. It's so I'm really itching to get started on my. On my X-Men run, but now I got this Cap stuff that I'm kind of itching to do because of reading Secret Empire. And I'm only about I'm barely into Secret Empire, but even so far, I'm really enjoying it just because it's Cap going dark, and I was like, ooh, this is pretty cool.
Goldballs changes his name, but he's still a pretty prevalent character in the X-Men.
Why would he change his name? Goldballs is hilarious.
It makes sense for the story.
Okay. So when does it change in an X-Men book, or is it in like a Champions book, or where does it happen?
In the Hickman X-Men stuff.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like his character. He's just like Gok, you know.
Yeah.
He's just like him. So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That's all. I like I said, I barely have any homework. I was just reading a bunch of Old Man Logan books, getting caught up on that.
Yeah.
And I'm starting off on Secret Empire.
Only thing I'll touch on from what I watched was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, the Nick Cage movie.
Nick Cage and Pascal Perez out cages Cage in it.
He out cages Cage?
Yes.
Wow.
It is the most meta, ridiculous movie I've ever seen, and I loved every single minute of it. So go in with
very low expectations. No, that's going to be ridiculous, and I should enjoy it. If I go in with those no expectations. Okay.
Aaron watched it, and she's like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I said, this is the greatest movie ever. In fact, I told her it will probably crack my top 5 movies I've seen this year.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Oh my God, we're getting to that point, Jay.
I know.
Crap.
I know.
Wow. That's a teaser. And I think what we'll have to do is compile a list. We'll have to go over a list of great movies, and then come back with another episode that says top movies of 22. Well, but we got some time before December hits, but still.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta see if this movie came out this year. Hold on.
As of right now, I don't have a Marvel movie in my top 5 that came out this year.
See, that movie came out last year. My favorite movie I've watched in a long time was, and I think it won Best Picture, and it won for a reason. Coda, which I don't. Did you ever watch that one?
No, I haven't. I need to watch it.
Yeah, Coda. God, that's still such a great movie. So hold on, best movies of 2022. Just real quick, just to see what even came out for 2022.
I know 3 movies that would probably be on my list, and then I'll have to go back and look at other stuff I watched.
Oh my God, it's like Bullet Train.
4 movies.
Let's see, Bullet Train, See How They Run, Wake Up the Dead.
I've been wanting to see How They Run. So
it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Jay, there's nothing on here. There's nothing I've seen. I haven't seen. Oh, Ambulance. I gotta catch that on Prime before they take it off.
No, yeah.
The Invitation, Memory, Contractor with Chris Pine, Moonfall.
Moonfall was Roland Emmerich.
Morbius, which we all know is going to be on our list.
No, but I think I'm going to hate watch it. So
yeah, at some point, I mean, it's on Netflix. I mean,
yeah.
What's the harm? Oh, this is yours. It's definitely going to be on yours. Everything All at Once.
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
Oh, I did not tell you I watched this movie. I do have homework I got to share with you.
Okay.
Beast with Idris Elba.
I want to see it.
Then I'll say nothing until you watch it.
Okay. We almost got it over the weekend because we got the Nicolas Cage one and we got Where the Crawdads Sing.
And The Northman. I know The Northman is on something. I don't know what streaming service it's on.
I want to say it's on Amazon Prime. I started it, but it was one I had you got to pay attention to it. It's not something you have on the background.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because I mean, there's so many movies I'd have to watch. I've not seen anything this year. It seems.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Gray Man, but I don't know if I need to. Do you think that's worthy, like best movie of the year kind of stuff?
Best movie? No, maybe top 10.
I need to watch it. Oh, Father Stu. You told me that I should.
Father Stu. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Marvel's gonna have a tough time this year.
I got a ton of homework here to do to even have any kind of,
Yeah. Well, I know there's a lot I missed.
With Efron in it, that came out. It's like about a beer. Like he brought beer for the people in Vietnam or something like that. Do you happen to remember what the name of that one was?
I don't. I know what you're talking about though, and that's one I want to see.
Because I'm also seeing him on a movie called Gold. I don't know anything about that one.
World's Greatest Beer Run or something.
Yeah. Adam Project. Okay. Yeah. See,
that was fun.
Got a whole bunch, and then somehow the Googles knows what I like watching, so there's a lot of horror stuff on here.
Yeah.
That would not be stuff that I would like, but not stuff that's actually
So
top 10 worthy of 2022. You know.
So like a normal Marvel year, a lot of these movies probably wouldn't crack it, but Doctor Strange was underwhelming.
Yep, I agree. Clerks 3. Clerks 3 we never saw, and that came through.
I need to.
I don't even know how to watch that at this point. I don't know if that's on DVD. Like, can we buy that yet?
You can get it digitally, but it's like $16 or something.
And just for one watch, or is that to own?
I think it's just one watch.
That's crap. I'm not paying $16 to watch.
I'm waiting for it to go down.
Yeah,
that or my brother to buy.
So that's our homework. Our homework is start getting cracking and watching 2022 movies, so we can actually talk about them. So there you go.
Although I have the last 2 James Bond movies here I need to watch. So.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah, you went through your whole Bond watch. Hell, I never even saw Top Gun Maverick, so that's how much I suck. I need to watch that. So, all right, man. So that's our homework. Let's get to work on 22 movies and see what we can get accomplished. All right.
All right.
Thanks for listening. You can find us on our website, Nyrdcast.com. It's Nyrdcast. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube by searching @Nyrdcast.
This week's song is Lucky by Wicked Bearers.
Why do you burn it? 'Cause I like to dance. When do you burn it? When I get the chance. Let's hear one more time for the people in the back. Why do you burn it? 'Cause I like to dance. When do you burn it? When I get the chance. Yeah, when I get to the club, I walk in just like I'm the Fonz. And then I punch that stupid jukebox till it plays your favorite songs. Then I buy the merchandisers, let the joystick move.